King Lin, I think it's time to call Charlie down from his room. Don't you agree?
Definitely.
Absolutely. That's his way up.
Charlie, it's Ernie. We're ready for you now. Are you ready for us now? Relax, Charlie. That's just a hysteric nerve reaction.
What's wrong with him?
He thinks he went temporarily blind. Just put some cold water on your eyes and come down now. There are 2 police officers here who want to speak with you. Why? Because you put one finger out, that's why! He's fine, he's coming down.
The truth is, officer, we're all trying to protect Mr. Brock because he's a dear friend of ours, and we all know we're in trouble if we don't come forth with the truth. There were 2 gunshots here tonight. I personally did not hear them, but I share equal blame for those who did hear the gunshots. Despite the fact I didn't hear.
Stop helping so much, Flynn!
Nevertheless, Mr. Brock is willing to come down and tell us the full story, the details of which none of us have heard yet, about the servants being gone, about the disappearance of his wife Myra, and why there were 2 gunshots here tonight. Which I didn't hear.
Ow! I think I'm getting another back spasm. Who cares?
Hello, Charlie.
Hi, Charlie. Feeling all right, Charlie?
Hello, Mr. Brock. I'm Officer Welch. That's Officer Putney. Please sit down. Connie, you take this down too. Now, Mr. Brock, I'd like you to tell me from the beginning, in exact detail, what happened in this house tonight.
Does anyone want lemon tart?
Now, ma'am! Go ahead, Mr. Brock.
Okay. Let's see. The story. As it happened, as I remember it, as I'm telling you. Oh gosh. Well, here goes. At exactly 6 o'clock tonight, I came home from work. My wife, Myra, was in her dressing room getting dressed for the party. I grabbed a bottle of champagne from the refrigerator and headed upstairs. Rosita, the Spanish cook, was in the kitchen with Ramona, her Spanish sister, and Romero, her Spanish son. They were preparing an Italian dinner. They were waiting for Myra to tell her when to start the dinner. As I climbed the steps, I said to myself, it's my 10th wedding anniversary, and I can't believe I still love my wife so much. Myra was putting on the perfume I bought her for Christmas. I purposely buy it because it drives me crazy. I tapped on the door. Tap, tap, tap. She opens it. I hand her a glass of champagne, and I make a toast. To the most beautiful wife that a man ever had for 10 years. She says, to the best man and the best 10 years a beautiful wife ever had. We drink, we kiss, we toast again. To the loveliest skin on the loveliest body that has never aged a day in 10 wonderful years. She toasts, to the gentlest hands that have ever stroked the loveliest skin that has never aged a day in 10 wonderful years. We drink, we kiss, we toast, we drink, we kiss, we toast. And by 7 o'clock the bottle is finished. My wife is sloshed and I'm completely toasted. And then I smell the perfume. The perfume I could never resist. I loved her in that moment with as much passion and ardor as the night we were first newlyweds. I tell you this, not with embarrassment, but with pride and joy for a love that grows stronger and more lasting as each new day passes. We lay there spent in each other's arms, complete in our happiness. It's now 8 o'clock and it's growing dark outside. Suddenly, there's a knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock. It opens. A strange young man looks down at us with the knife in his hands. Myra screams. I jump up and run for the gun in my drawer. Myra grabs the towel and shields herself. I rush back in with the pistol, ready to save my wife's life. The crazy young man says in Spanish, "Yo quito cuidado, enchilado, queso quito." But I don't speak Spanish, and I never saw Rosita's son Romero before, and I didn't know the knife was to cut up the salad, so I aim my gun at him. Myra screams and pulls my arm. The gun goes off and shoots me in the earlobe. Rosita's son Romero runs downstairs to tell Rosita and Ramona, "Mamacita, mira que pasa with hombre abajo allá. Hombre, que loco, que bang, bang." The crazy man took a shot at him. So Rosita, Ramona, and Romero leave in a huff. My earlobe is bleeding all over Myra's new dress. And then we hear a car pull up. The first guest. Myra grabs a bathrobe and runs downstairs to stop Rosita, Ramona, and Romero. Otherwise, we'll have no dinner. But they drive off and they're Alfa Romeo. I look out the window, but it's too dark, and I think someone's stealing my beautiful old Mercedes, so I take another shot at them. Myra runs downstairs to where we keep the cedar chest in the basement. She's looking for the dress she wore last year for Bonds for Israel. But she can't find the light, trips down the stairs, and passes out in the dark. I run downstairs looking for Myra, and I notice the basement door is open, and I'm afraid the strange-looking kid is coming back, so I lock the door, not knowing that Myra's still down there. And then I run upstairs to take some aspirin, because my earlobe is killing me from the hole in it. But the blood on my fingers gets in my eyes, and by mistake I take 4 Valium instead. I hear the guests downstairs, and I want to tell them to look for Myra, but suddenly I can't talk from all the Valium. And I'm bleeding all over the white rug, and I'm afraid and so I start to write down a note explaining everything that happened. But the note looks like gibberish, and I'm afraid they'll call the police and they'll think it was a suicide note. And my friend Glenn was coming in and would look really bad for his campaign to get mixed up with a suicide. So I ripped it up and flushed it down the toilet just as they walked into my room. They're yelling at me, "What happened? What happened?" And before I could tell them what happened, I passed out on the bed.